Well, that was off to a horrible start already. I failed at that, but I do have an awesome special guest today. He is known as a very left wing extremist that loves Biden and electric cars. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, that's his competition. This is Mr. Kevin Flynn.
What's up, Jace? How are you, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Man.
Yeah. Electric cars, equity, all really important to me.
Right.
Yeah. Everybody gets a trophy. Come on.
Oh, man.
We can't have anybody disappointed or, or disciplined.
Yeah. No.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Oh, thanks for coming on, man. I mean, you're the biggest celebrity I would ever have on my show.
Geez, come on.
I mean, my tens of viewers might, they probably don't know because two of them probably listen to you.
Well, hey, I'll take them.
And actually,
get all the help I can get.
I mean, I do though have the second most famous podcast in the town I'm in.
Oh, fantastic.
Because the other one would actually be your egg director. She would have the most famous.
Ah, are you in Hunter?
I am.
Oh, very good.
Very
good, yeah.
I can actually see her house from my living room. That's how close we live.
Well, if you don't know, I do the morning radio show on AM 1100 The Flag in Fargo with Alex Taylor. And then I hang out and, answer phones and push buttons for Scott Hennon. But, it pays good, and I get free, get free CDs or whatever.
No, because you're on from what 6 till 11?
Yeah, 6 till 11. But I only host from 6 to 8:30, and then I just kind of hang out with Scott for a couple hours, and it's pretty cool.
Well, you still talk, so we still hear you there every now.
Yeah.
And then. I mean, how is that? Like radio? How do you I can't. I know you obviously love it. You've been doing it a while.
Yeah, I dude, I grew up in the Twin Cities. I was gonna be I really didn't know. I thought maybe I was gonna go into construction with my dad, and I was kind of one of those kids that really didn't have a idea what I was gonna do. And the Christmas of my senior year, we were up at my sister and brother-in-law's house in Fargo, and my nephew was cleaning the radio station out of Q98, the rock station in Fargo.
Used to love that one.
Yeah, and he's like, hey, I gotta, it was like Friday night before Christmas Eve, or say, hey, I gotta go out and you want to help me? I said, all right. So I went out with him, and I was helping him empty waste baskets and stuff. And I walked into the studio, and here's this gal. Her name was Barbara Ann. She was on Q98 forever. And she's sitting back, and she's got Rolling Stone magazine opened up, and she's reading Rolling Stone, and she's playing Led Zeppelin. And the studio's dark, and the song's coming to an end, and she puts Rolling Stone down. She pushes the button. She goes, Solid Rock Q98. That's Led Zeppelin. Here's Foreigner on Q98, and picked the magazine up and kept reading it. And I'm standing there. And I always loved listening to the radio, but I never saw anyone actually do it.
Right.
And I was like, I looked at her and I go, "Did I ask you a question?" She said, "Sure." I go, "Do you get paid for this? Do they pay you to do this?" And she said, "Of course." I was like, "Where do you learn how to do this?"
Right.
And the rest was history. Yeah. So I went back and I said, "I want to be on the radio." My dad said, "Oh my God, really?" And yeah. And 40 years later, I'm still doing it. And awesome. And I was always kind of a comic, and always wanted to be an actor or a rock star. So I was never a very good DJ. Okay.
Okay.
I was a much better morning guy, because morning guys, I didn't have to, say this or, hit the thing on the song every time, or would talk right up to where they sang. I never got any of that. I was really good at it, but I thought it sucked. And I just went to morning radio because it's like, wait a minute, I can tell jokes and make parody songs and parody bits and make fun of people. That's more what I want to do. So yeah, and I started doing mornings in Phoenix, Arizona in about 80,
Oh,
would have been about
Phoenix.
86. 86, I got hired on my first morning show, and
Nice.
that was in the days of Reagan. So I made a lot of money. Well, I'll tell you one thing. Uh, what are we talking about again? Uh, so and and then Clinton came along, was even better. I'll tell you what, Jason, I'm just happy to be here. We got to cut this short. Hillary's out tonight. I got a poker game, if you know what I mean.
Wow.
So yeah, morning radio always suited me.
Yeah,
So
yeah. No, and
anyway,
like your guys' show is just awesome.
thanks, man.
How long have you been doing this one?
I've been at the Flag a little over 5 years. I've been doing the show with Alex about 3 now,
Okay, because
and we're really starting to get some traction, and it's pretty
yeah,
fun. It's fun.
because
I love Alex. I've known Alex for years. She
oh,
used to work together way back in the day, and she's like a sister, literally, dude. She's like
awesome.
my wife. I mean, I'll think of something and she says it, or vice versa.
Oh
It's like creepy, right?
no, but it is awesome because like when you guys are in the air, you can hear like. But it is kind of crazy how much you guys think alike because you can even hear that on the air in the
Yeah.
mornings.
Well, and that's the thing with morning shows and morning radio. So many of them are just bad. It just, I think, in
Yeah,
my opinion,
the
there's
one
no,
the one I listened to until I found you guys a couple years ago.
yeah, there's no lot of so many of them. They don't have any timing. They don't have any
No,
chemistry. And it's
no.
like they force it, and the worst thing you can do in comedy is if you're up on stage and you're trying to force it. And,
Yes.
so I always, through my whole career, look for people that I would rather actually sit down and have a beer with, and that,
Yep.
can make me smile or put a smile on my face or make me laugh.
Yep.
And I was like, hey, you need to be on the radio. So let's go do this.
Right. Right. No,
Yeah.
that's awesome. And let's see, I do well, besides because the reason I started listening to you guys, because I found out after January 6th, that huge insurrection.
Oh, yeah.
The station I used to listen to that well, fucking I don't care. KFGO.
Yeah. Well, I used to
I
work there, so, there you go.
but I heard yeah, you guys got a few people coming from there.
Yeah.
But I heard their news and views guy say on the air, and I cannot find it archived anywhere because he must have. I don't know if he deleted it or if he just didn't archive it in the first place. It was the 7th or 8th. He said, if you haven't seen the video, you are outright lying of this officer getting beaten to death on the Capitol steps.
Yeah.
And I searched high and low all through the internet. I couldn't find it. So I'm like, you know what? This guy lies about a lot of stuff anyway. So I'm done. And then somebody told me about the Flag, and so I started listening to that. I was like, oh, geez. Well, this is
Yeah.
this is what I need to listen to.
Well, he actually, not about Hyde Camp, he actually, and I've known Joel for a long time, he actually called me out on that and he had thought a
Oh,
guy I work with said, they were there, they were
yes, I
there,
heard that, and
how,
I got pissed off at that one.
and, well, and I called and left Joel a message. I'm like, dude, come on, really? How long have I known you? You couldn't call me and ask me what it was
Right.
about or
Yeah,
how it went.
the people,
He wants to,
the people funding a bus
yeah.
trip for you guys to get there, and I think he was
Yeah, I
blaming
mean,
Lindell for that or something. I don't know.
yeah, it didn't happen. We
Right.
flew there and and we just heard the story on the air. Alex and I have told it more than once. We got to DC. Uh, it was really weird, and I'd never been there. I've never been, never. I had a desire to go. I didn't want to go. I ended up having to go for that thing. But I
Right.
would have rather have gone, at a different time. COVID made it really suck. I mean, it was, Washington D.C.
Oh,
is no Shangri-La. Okay, it's not
right.
like going to the beach in Florida. It's a dirty city, in my humble
Yeah.
opinion.
Oh, yeah.
Really dirty
I've
in a
heard
lot of
that.
ways.
Yep.
And but we got there, Jason. When we got there that morning of January 6th, my mind's eye had, okay, the U.S. Capitol. All right. It's a sacred building. I'm sure it's a very secure building. So I was expecting to see some sort of fencing, something that around the actual building, right down. And
Yeah.
we got dropped off what would be on the, I believe it was on the west side. Oh, no, on the east side of the Capitol. So we walked down, and as we're walking down in the front there, there's the reflecting pool, then the National Mall goes down from there in front of it.
Yep.
Dude, the only thing that they had on the front of the whole Capitol around the whole grass area was yellow caution tape. And
That's
and
pretty secure.
and it was me and Alex and Tom Campbell, who, North Dakota, ran for Senate in North Dakota, and
Yep.
Campbell Farms. And I like Tom. Tom's a buddy, and we're looking around. I go, dude, where's all the security? I mean, there's like 30 food trucks out parked on the beginning of the mall.
Yep.
I had an awesome burrito, but there was no security.
Matrix.
We didn't even see a cop car.
Jesus.
And I thought, are we here? Is it the wrong day? Like, is this,
the day before?
yeah, right. Are we sure this is happening today? But yeah, all the food trucks were there. Then 2 cop cars came. I don't know if they were DC or Capitol Police, but couldn't have all the food trucks parked at the beginning of the National Mall. So all the food trucks kind of dispersed.
Wow.
And then at that point, a few people are milling in and coming around and walking out. So we started walking down the mall, walked all the way down the mall till we got up by the monument and kind of hung out there. People started pouring in. You'd have to imagine it was like We Fest times 3 or 4. Okay.
Oh.
That's what I mean, as far as the size of it,
Right.
Because we were up on the hill by the monument, and we were looking down towards they call it the ellipse, which is between the White House and the monument.
Okay.
And that's where Trump was. Trump was down on the ellipse, and dude, you could not hear a thing he was saying. The PA was so bad, and and we're like, and everybody's clapping. We're like, oh yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Sweet. Good.
Okay, whatever he said.
Go Trump.
So that was it. And there was some really weird people running around. I talk about Ray Epps and these,
Dude, that thing, Ray Epps thing, pisses me off so much.
Oh, dude, it was crazy. I mean, so we're there and we're by the monument, and mostly we're talking to like soccer moms and people.
Yep.
There was a guy there with his son from Virginia. We interviewed him. Really cool people. Everybody was really cool. Red, white, and blue, USA. For the most part, none of them were convinced that the election was legit, completely legit. A lot of us aren't still.
There's a lot of questions that need to be answered yet, and
a lot of them have been answered. And there's no doubt there's a ton of cheating going on in a bunch of states, but that's another podcast for us. But,
especially Arizona,
right?
But
well, but so to finish, I mean, we left. I had to find a bathroom. We were hungry. The lines at the porta potties were like a mile long.
Yeah.
And everything is boarded up because of COVID, dude. The whole area is boarded up. Even the construction site porta potties were locked. I was like, I can maybe bust into one of those. I go over there. It's got a lock on it. It's the last time you saw a lock on a porta potty.
Well, we've actually, because I do construction for a living.
Oh, yeah, I know. You probably do, yeah. Okay.
So we have to sometimes, because...
Funny story.
There'll be 30 people trying to use it. And we're like,
right.
It's just for us. We rented it, so
right. I literally was this close to either going in an alley or going in my pants.
Well, the alleyway. I mean, the way those places are ran. I mean,
right.
It's pretty
I thought,
normal.
I'll fit right in. I'll go right around DuPont Circle. I'll fit right in.
They'll let you right into the Capitol with that.
Yeah, I let one fly. But so we come about a block after that. I'm strategically thinking how I'm going to be able to take a dump somewhere here. And we see a CVS. So we go to the CVS. I go, and there's a guy standing there with a mask on. And we've got our masks. I put it on. Yep. I said, sir, can I use your bathroom? He said, no, I'm sorry. And I'm like, no, I said, please, man, everybody's closed. Nothing's open. I got to use your bathroom, please. And he goes, no, I'm sorry. Not for... I go, okay, where's the Depends? And he goes, what? And I go, where's the Depends? I'm going to go need to put a Depends on, so I have to crap my pants because you won't let me use your bathroom. Like, so I'm going to come in and buy some Depends so I can go to the bathroom in them.
Oh, Jesus.
And he looks at me. He's like, bathroom's in the back, man.
Yeah.
So that was my whole January 6th experience. We finally got an Uber after about an hour waiting by the CVS after I got to use the bathroom. Thank God they had combos too. I bought like 2 bags of combos so we could eat something.
Oh, love those.
Got an Uber, got back to our hotel, went to the hotel, turned on the TV, and Alex, like 30 seconds later, banging on the door between our rooms. She's like, "Are you watching this?" I came out like, "Yeah, what the hell?" And it's showing all the people going into the Capitol, and we're like, and the one guy that you see, he's got that 2x4 and he's breaking that window in that one video clip, and you see him breaking out. There's 4 window panes,
Okay.
and the
Yep.
one guy's got a long 2x4.
Yep.
That guy walked right by us screaming, "We're going to the Capitol!"
Definitely a Fed.
Well, I don't know if it was a Fed or just an idiot or whatever.
Well, either way, it's kind of redundant on that one, isn't it?
But the bottom line was that there were some some true idiots there that did some bad things, and should pay the trespassing or criminal trespass, whatever.
Well,
But
yes,
now that this footage has been released, all the
that-
other crap is just that.
like the shaman who got what 3 years, right?
I think 10.
Was it 10?
I think 10. Yeah.
Oh my!
He's gonna win on appeal though. Almost all of them are gonna win on appeal.
Well, most of them should win.
So
where's the ACLU on this?
yeah. Well, and all of it, the whole thing just stinks. And what my problem was is that, and with anyone that isn't, dude, just tell the truth. Just be
Right.
straight. Just, just say it's the, and they think that we're so stupid that we
Right.
have, honestly, the left or the Democrats or whatever I consider myself right of center, but I'm not a Republican. I'm a conservative.
Yep.
But I hate
I'm the same
party
way.
politics too.
Yep.
But these people that propagate this stuff that won't let certain people on investigative committees because they'll ask the wrong questions, that won't allow the right test, that won't look at the video, won't release all this hide, cloak, and dagger BS.
Yep.
That's what gets me. And so you lose all credibility when you don't actually want to have a debate and a conversation, and you say you do.
Right.
And
I really wanted Jim Jordan on that committee, and North Dakota, Armstrong was supposed to be on there.
Yeah, that's the thing. Well, it was Kelly Armstrong, Kevin McCarthy put all the people up they wanted, and Pelosi and Schumer said no or whatever. We want no, it was Pelosi and whoever's in the House, the clown car.
Yeah,
and we want Kinzinger and Liz Cheney, and that's it.
Yeah, Liz Cheney.
I mean, come on. And Adam Kinzinger couldn't be a bigger rhino, as they call him. But right. I just don't like this half-ass think we're so stupid we won't pay attention to any of it, that we don't know or we won't remember.
And we're the ones that realize this shit, and we're calling it out, and we're getting blocked on social media, taken off of YouTube. Right. Like I was just telling my wife, I don't know, an hour ago, I'm going to take my entire Rumble channel, all my videos, and put them on YouTube and see how long it takes to get banned.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm currently on Facebook restriction as we speak.
I think I live on that thing.
It's funny. We talk about, it's kind of a pivot away from January 6th, and I'm glad that that footage is now out there and this nonsense. And hopefully these people that have been rotting in the DC gulag are going to be able to get some satisfaction. I can't even imagine. No. Let me just say, I'm so glad we didn't go there. I'm so glad we didn't go anywhere near the Capitol after the rally.
I'm surprised you haven't been questioned on it.
Yeah, I know, right?
Because the geo-tracking that is good enough for that, but not good enough for Dinesh D'Souza's thing.
Yeah. Well, and 2 cents on the election thing. And that's why we were all there on January 6th was to, it was Stop the Steal. That's what it was called. It was Stop the Steal rally.
Yep.
Here's what I learned about federal elections over the last 2 years. And I'm pretty learned now in the topic. Okay. There was nothing that anybody could have done that day to stop the certification of Joe Biden. There's nothing Mike Pence could have done.
Nope.
There's nothing anybody could have done. All it would have done is, I mean, if it had gone as bad as they say it was supposed to or did,
Yeah.
then they would just come back and certify the results later. There's no
Like
way you
the
could. Yeah,
hanging of Mike Pence that was going to happen with
right.
that balsa wood thing with
Yeah,
that you couldn't hang a kitten off of.
yeah. But the point is that none of and the problem we face today is that elections are a state issue. The Fed
Yep.
has, and we do not. I totally agree with Kevin Kramer when he says we do not want the federal government interfering in our state's electoral
Oh,
process
absolutely
ever.
not. Ever. No,
So
I agree with that 100%.
so now you have to look at, and here's what's hopeful of a reason you should stay excited about the process. By no means have states like New York, California, or Illinois or Georgia solved anything. Cheating in Chicago, Las Vegas, Los Angeles goes back decades and decades.
Oh, absolutely.
It goes back to before the mob even.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Chicago. I mean,
But
New York. Okay.
Beetlejuice is out though.
Right.
So
Yeah.
we got that.
Yeah. But I mean, the cheating and the
Yeah.
process of the cheating is literally in their DNA.
Yeah.
It's intrinsic in California. You can't ever convince me that the great people of California or Minnesota, for that matter, continue to vote for this nonsense. It's just not. And you know what? It doesn't take. What I've learned too is that in each one of these states, it doesn't take very much.
But Minnesota just made it easier.
Oh, buddy, yeah, and I always keep saying we don't want to make it, easier to. We don't want to make it harder to vote. We want to make it harder to cheat.
Yes, and I don't.
And
That's why I don't understand. How is an ID required to vote that big of a deal?
I'll one up you. How about Minnesota has now signed and put into law
Yeah.
that they're going to give IDs to illegal immigrants.
That's why I mentioned
So
Minnesota made it easier because you just
about
gave them
this.
IDs. Now
Yeah, think
anybody
about
can
this.
vote.
They will give everyone an ID and a driver's license, and as soon as all of these illegals have them, they're going to come back with, I guess voter ID is probably a good idea. Let's go ahead and
Yeah.
do that.
Oh,
Let's go ahead and go do voter ID now. Now that all the illegals have IDs,
now you're being a conspiracy theorist.
just saying.
Conspiracy warning.
The thing we have to watch, and that God bless Mike Lindell, the My Pillow guy, like him or not, he's kind of a goofball.
Yeah, I do not like him, but I like his message.
Yeah,
You know what I
that's
mean?
the thing. He's a goofball. He's but the guy, I've gotten to know him pretty well. I mean, he's got a huge heart. He's got, he's one of those guys that, like, I bet in high school, he was the guy that you would always be there. It's like, hey, call Mike. Mike will come and get us. Or,
Oh, okay.
he's,
Right.
he just cares.
Mhm.
And he's got some money and he sees this going on. His legal fund, I think they're over 20 million for Kerry Lake in Arizona right now. That's going to go to the Supreme Court.
I hope it doesn't. That better get fixed because I've heard a lot about the cartel shit that going on with her or with Katie Hobbs. Katie Hobbs,
yeah.
Sorry, not Kerry Lake.
It's not
Kerry
just
Lake
Katie Hobbs, brother. It's the state, a money machine like the cartels have with the drugs, with the humans, with everything they do. They're not going to just lay down and say, see ya. And what was amazing what happened in Arizona this time is that they did it right out in the open. They didn't even care.
Yep.
I think about this on an election that was decided by 17,000 votes. They had 300,000 ballots that had no chain of custody.
Yep.
Right there, just on that one thing alone, you lose. Because that's a violation of statute.
Yep.
So, but they're ignoring all that. They certified it. Okay, well, no.
Because they have the one Obama-appointed judge that says, no, it doesn't matter. It's good to go.
Yep. You've got the AG. It's just like Minnesota. You got the AG, the Secretary of State, the governor's office in Arizona. There's very little stopgaps in place for them to just do whatever they want to do. And the first thing that Katie Hobbs did was take down any temporary barriers at the border and pull back all the security that was put down there.
Yep.
What's that tell you? That
Yeah.
tells me that somebody in the cartel said, "Hey, do you like your family? Do you love your family?
Yep.
Because
And
we're going to skin them alive and burn them if
yep.
you don't do this."
And I absolutely
That's
feel
what's
for
going
that
on down
because
there.
yeah, oh, absolutely. And I feel for those people because they are actually getting threatened with this type of shit and they will go through
Yep.
with it. And it's
Oh,
very scary.
they're the.
That's why after, and I think it was last year there was 600 abductions of Americans in Mexico.
Oh, it's
I
crazy.
I
I
don't
mean, it
have
was
but
in
after
the
this
during the
Biden should have
elections. There was
said,
over.
yeah,
Yeah,
Biden should have
during
said,
the
you know what?
elections in Mexico, there was over 80 candidates killed. Over 80 in different states in Mexico
Yep.
that were just, cartel just killed them.
But
You're not running.
Biden should come out right now, and he should have done this right when we got that report of that family of four, I believe it was.
Right. Yeah.
He should have came out and said, if they're harmed, military action right now. Done.
Yeah. They got, I guess, caught up in some kind of a crossfire. I've actually been down
That
to
that's what they
Matamoros.
say, but I mean,
Yeah.
North Carolina tags on the
Yeah.
car.
Oh, yeah. It,
I mean, yeah, that's what they say. So I don't believe it because two were fine, two were dead.
yep.
So
Matamoros is, if you've, I lived in
I,
Texas for a few years. It's way down at the southern tip where Brownsville and McAllen are. If you go across the river where the Rio Grande hits the
you,
ocean, Matamoros is on the other side. And even, I mean, I lived there 88, 89, and we would go down there. We went to Nuevo Laredo. We went to Juarez. We always, we'd go to Mexico, shop, hang out, drink, super cheap,
absolutely.
come, party, come back. No big deal, even
Yep.
in the late 80s. But Matamoros was a different kind of evil. There was actually a cult down there in the day, and there was like 5 or 8 people that were killed. This
Jesus.
satanic ritual thing going on down
Oh
there.
boy.
And we went over. I think we went down there. We were at South Pop. We went to Mata. We went across the border one time, and as I went across, I'm like, I just want to get out of here. But you going in for a tummy tuck or dental work because it's super cheap in Mexico, and look what happens.
Right.
No, thank
But
you.
and I mean, I heard that from I have a friend that his parents lived in Corpus Christi,
Oh yeah, yep,
and they always they would always say like, nope, that Matamoros, do not go, don't,
nope,
nope,
yeah.
stay away as
Even
much as you can.
yeah, Corpus Christi's become overrun now. I mean,
I've heard that, and a few Arizona towns too. I
yeah,
hear.
yeah. Well, and as we speak right now, there are hundreds of people crossing that river.
Oh,
Hundreds as we
absolutely.
speak.
Yep.
There are 10,000 apparently in a big caravan again now coming.
Oh Jesus.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how any other story really matters. I mean, oh, let's talk about climate or abortion or
Right.
whatever.
Yeah. Right.
Who cares? I mean, who cares? Look I mean, and when are we full, man?
I,
Can somebody answer that?
I think we've been full for a while,
Yeah. Yeah. And
but
is it safe to say that the entire world pretty much wants a better life?
yeah, and that's no reason to claim asylum. You want a better life.
Exactly.
I mean,
You people not know the difference between a refugee and a migrant?
but
Huge difference.
that's why they ended or they started putting restrictions on Cubans. And
Yeah, they're
those guys,
conservative.
they're conservative, and they have an actual case for asylum
Yep.
because they are being persecuted for their
Right.
religious and their political beliefs.
But dude, then you start thinking about all of India, all of Pakistan,
Yeah,
I mean, most of South Asia, the Philippines.
yeah.
Life is not grand. I mean, it's not, it's a better life, and they think, man. And one thing that I really heard that when you hear people, well, these people just want a better life. Let's say Guatemala, for example. A Guatemalan, I heard on Charlie Kirk, a reporter that's from Guatemala that's covered you for years and years, and the corrupt regime down there and all the stuff going on. But one thing he said to me that rang like, oh my gosh, how bad is life down there, was he said, most of the people in Central America cannot believe that you people go to the bathroom in water that you can drink here in
Yes,
America.
I actually hear that from guys
Yeah.
because in construction I work with a lot of guys from Mexico,
Yeah.
and they're all legal.
Yep.
But
Yep.
they
We
say
need
the
them.
same thing. They are all like, I can't believe this. America is
Yeah.
the greatest thing ever. I'm like, seriously? Like,
Yeah. I mean, these
are
are
you looking
people that,
around you? They're
yeah,
like,
they're hoping to get a melon once a week at the corner when the
yep,
little melon stand opens, and they
yep,
got to go to the river to get their water and boil it and
yep,
whatever. It's like, no, wait a minute, you go to the bathroom and water you can drink?
yep.
I'm like, well, yeah. So obviously, this is a great life here. I mean, we're blessed to be here. That's like winning the lottery every day when you wake up in this country and get to live this life here.
Right.
But
Even how shitty this administration has made it, it's
oh
still
yeah,
great.
still great.
I mean, I wouldn't want to go anywhere else.
if main man DJT gets his way, he'll make it great again. See what I did there? That was a
Yeah,
pro level deal right
I'm
there.
not sure. Yeah, that was very good. I don't
Thank
know
you.
if I want DJT again though.
I don't.
His
I
policies, yes.
oh yeah. You know what? I want whoever they put up. I want whoever that they get up. But the problem that Trump faces is that he's got a great message, and the policies are solid,
But
and
he can't articulate it.
everybody else is going to say the same thing too. You
Yep.
watch Nikki Haley, this Vivek,
I
this new Ramaswamy.
I do like
They're
that guy.
I like him too, and they're all saying exactly the same thing that Trump says:
Yep.
secure borders, better economy, energy independence, less crime, on and on and on. No more eighth place trophies. We're going to get back to merit. We're going to get back, make America great again.
Right.
So this is going to come down on the Republican side of things about the messenger, not the
Yep.
message, because the
Yep.
message will be the same.
Yep.
And the thing that Donald Trump, in the science of, and the elections, and the strategy of an election, you've got to win the middle to win the race. And
Yeah.
if you can't, I mean, he's got his 40, 50 million diehard supporters that are going to
Oh
love him.
yeah. I would
I'm one
if
of
he's
them.
the candidate, I will support him.
Oh, of course, I would too. But I'm just, because of the process, I know that there are a huge part of the middle of the country that cannot stand the guy. I mean, they live to hate him.
Yep.
And then all of the left can't stand him either.
Right.
The soccer moms, the part you've got to win. So you get a messenger like a Ron DeSantis, who isn't as
Yes.
confrontational.
Yep.
He's not as in your face.
Yep.
He's not making fun of reporters or whatever Trump they give him, whatever. He's got the same message though.
Yep.
He's just going to be better at delivering it.
Yes.
And that's going to bring in, and I don't think there's a world in which Donald Trump, if he doesn't primary good enough, that he doesn't throw everything behind whoever does. So if it comes down to it a year from now, that we're into primary season and Trump's just not, right now he's polling like crazy.
Well, yeah, what is it, like 60 or 80%, something
But
like
they're
that?
asking people at CPAC. Come
Yeah,
on.
well, yeah, right.
Go to Kansas City, the soccer fields, and ask women there what they think.
Well,
But-
shit, I could go right up to the bar uptown here, and
Yeah.
almost everybody's going to say Trump. Hell yeah.
Well, again, that's right now, that's the way it is.
Yep.
Other guys are going to get in the race, depending on where they're going to do the polling, where they're going to do the primarying. All I said is I bought a popcorn machine and I have extra butter for all of this because it's going to be awesome.
I think we should bring in Tulsi Gabbard.
Hey, that's what the Democrats are going to have to find and do.
She was the one Democrat I would have actually voted for.
Yeah,
I would have
John
voted
Delaney
for her.
was pretty good too. Though I think what governor? Ohio governor? No. Yeah, I thought he was good in the primaries in 2016.
Okay.
That's what's going to win, man. This far anything, far
Yep.
right, far left, all of that loses. I had somebody at CPAC, one of these Republicans, some far right guys talking about banning transgenderism. I'm like, well, that's an idiot. I don't know who he is.
That was Michael Knowles.
Yeah, Michael Knowles.
But he actually
I didn't
explained
see
it on Charlie Kirk.
okay.
So what he's saying is transgenderism is the ideology of it.
Right.
Like
Correct.
the idea that you can do that. He's like, I don't want to speak for him, but he explained it perfectly, and I agree 100%.
Okay, I didn't see him.
Yeah,
go ahead.
He explained it very well on Charlie Kirk the next day.
I think here's the
what he meant, not like what he said. I know it came out bad.
in in the day we called them cross dressers, drag
Well,
queen. I
that's
never had
that's
a
what I
problem with
hate
any of
about
them.
it, because it used to be about the pageantry
Yeah.
and,
Well, here,
talent and
yeah,
everything, not this burlesque bullshit that they're pulling now with
yep, and
children.
yeah, children, come
Because
on.
it used to be 21 and over,
Yeah, no
or
one
19
cared.
and over, whatever you say.
No one cared that that RuPaul had a TV show. No one cared that
It was
that they had drag shows down at the gay 90s on Hennepin and Minneapolis. We
it
didn't
was
care.
entertaining.
It was fine. Go live your life, do whatever
It,
you want
it was
to. But
entertaining. It was fun to watch
when you
because
start screaming at me that
yes,
you're 6'6" with an Adam's apple and could
yeah,
kill me on the bench,
right,
that I got to call you ma'am.
yeah,
You can
it
kiss
is
my
ma'am,
ass twice.
right,
Shut up.
yep,
You're delusional. You have dysphoria. You've
yeah,
clearly gone to where you just want to dress like a woman to now we're supposed to call you
a
a woman,
woman, or whatever
and we're
your
supposed to let
preferred
you
pronouns are,
lift weights against biological women. And what's
or
but
swim against them, and then
yeah,
apparently be a very like asshole about it, and
yeah.
pretty much sexually assault these women, like we found out with Leah Thomas recently.
I'm pretty sure if I went to a swim meet where Leah Thomas was competing, I'd end up going to jail because
I
I would jump in the water in the lane she's swimming in, and I
I
would
think I would too.
I would feel so bad for the actual biological women that
Did
are
you watch
getting
the
screwed over.
Did you watch the interview of the woman that came in second to him?
Oh yeah,
It
yeah,
is
I've seen, yeah,
heartbreaking. It's
it's
heartbreaking.
awful.
Yep,
And
and
but
she
here, but
worked her whole life for this, and then
yeah,
he just comes in and fucks it all up.
yeah, and this will ruin women's sports. I mean, if it's allowed to continue.
Right.
The powerlifting, USA powerlifting, the
Oh,
judge in Minnesota just said, no,
God.
no, 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 no.
Yes.
You can't tell her
Yeah.
her
Yeah.
that she can't lift weights
Yeah.
against biological women. What happens here and what's going on in the gender conversation is this. They want to equate sex and gender as the same thing. I'm sorry.
No, separate
I'm sorry.
things.
Yeah, we always thought it was the same thing.
It
Sex
has
and
been
gender.
since all the
Right.
history of life
Yeah.
until what, 3-4 years ago?
Exactly, Jay. So now gender can be anything. Gender, you can be half man, half woman. You can whatever you want to be. You can
Fluid.
what fluid. It's a
Whatever they
changing
call
thing.
it. Yeah. Cats.
So when they say, "Oh, hey, well, yes, of course, men can get pregnant," what
Oh.
they need to say is trans men can't get pregnant. Okay.
Is that how that one works? Is it
Oh,
trans
I'm
men?
sorry.
I don't know which way it works.
Trans women can't get pregnant.
So
Trans men can.
a trans
A
woman would be
trans
a
man,
man.
correct.
Okay, so it's the opposite of what
It's
they
the
say.
opposite way.
Okay,
A
okay.
trans man, yes, that was born a biological woman that lives their life as a male. Of course, that person can get pregnant
Okay,
because they
now
were
I
born
understand.
with a uterus.
Yes. Okay, now I understand what, because I never understood when it was, they'd be like trans man, trans woman. Like, I don't know which one it means.
Yeah, I really didn't either. I still don't know pronouns. I mean,
Oh God, there's too many.
my pronouns are dead and broke. But hey, that's what's so ridiculous about all of it. And they talk about trans rights, and I just keep wondering, what rights don't you have?
That's the same thing with
What? Yeah,
LGBTQAI
any
double
rights?
thing, rights. It's like, what can't you do?
Right. You can
What are
get a
you not
loan, you
allowed
can
that
buy
I
a
can do?
home, you can get a car, you can get a
Yeah.
job, you can I mean what and that's why they'll
Oh,
never have about any of this. They fold,
sh-
fold this they're to debate you're a
oh
transphobe
no.
because
Oh,
there's no defending it. You know?
right. You can't, 'cause otherwise you're,
Yeah.
yeah, transphobe, possibly racist. I don't
Yeah.
know. That's, or Nazi. It's always thrown out there. Who
Yeah.
knows?
So you're telling me that John, who now grows his hair, wears makeup and a dress, and now calls himself Joanna, can have a child.
Yeah,
How exactly? You just don't
yeah. It's like,
understand.
yeah, it's like,
You
no, I understand
just
biology for the rest of life.
don't get it. You just the question. Yeah. So
You're just a transphobe.
what do you got
So,
there for a beverage?
Coors Light.
Oh, very nice. Very
It's
nice.
what I drink. It's most refreshing.
Ah, yes.
But I have a video I wanted to share with you. It's a couple minutes long, and You might have seen it by now. I don't know if you heard of
Okay.
JP Spears.
Heard of.
Okay, well, I have a video. I want to. It's
Okay.
like 2 minutes long. We can
All right.
stop it at any time, but
That's all right.
it's about
Let's see it.
the Biden administration.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
I like his hair.
Oh my God. What happened? I cut my hand. I need help. Cool. Well, I'm going to go see if the neighbors need anything. I'm losing a lot of blood. Yep.
I
I'm
do
going
know
over
him.
there right now. Ooh, our electric bill's past due. How much is it? $250. Okay. I'm going to send $1,000 to Michelle. What? Who? Yeah, my friend Michelle. She could really use the money. But we need to pay our electric bill. I'm sorry, but we just don't have that kind of money. Oh, can I see your watch? Sure, I guess. I'm going to send this to Michelle, too. I think she'd really like it. We're being audited by the IRS. Our taxes were all wrong. Really? Yeah, we're in big trouble. That idiot lady you hired to do our taxes has no clue what she's doing. Well, that lady I hired used to be a man, so them does have a clue. But them literally doesn't know how to do taxes. Might I add them is also Hispanic? So a job well done, if you ask me. Also, side note, them stole all the luggage out of your closet, so you're going to have to get new suitcases. I don't understand why we never have food in our house. What the hell is going on? Have you been cheating on me? No. There's a video of you banging another woman on your laptop. What? Oh, yeah, Michelle. She's awesome. I can't believe you would do this. I didn't. I'm watching you do it. Stuff like this comes out of Russia all the time. It's on your laptop. Big misunderstanding. To help clear this up, I'm going to send Michelle more money. Oh, babe, this week I'm going to need you to not go grocery shopping for our family. Why? I'm going to send that money to Michelle. She needs more. What the f*** is going on here?
Oh, yeah. I have seen him. I love him. He's awesome.
Yeah, no, that's my favorite video he does. I've probably watched it like 20 times because it's just so spot on.
Yeah, I mean, and that's just not Biden. That's the whole DC swamp cabal ilk.
Yep.
You know, they just continue to spend money we don't have, continue to run up the debt. I'm just so thankful we finally got somebody in the House at least that wants, you know.
Oh wait, no. Listen to KJP.
Yeah.
They're getting rid of the deficit.
Oh yeah, it's all coming down. It's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's not. It's awful. Oh. We are more than broke. We are beyond broke. We are, you know, and yet our border's wide open. All, you know, it's like you hear all these things. It's like, oh, God, where do I find the positive? How do I get excited about getting up and going at it? Because it's worth fighting for. People are like with me, like, yeah, you know, Trump was great on the radio because it was a win every day. Now we go to work and it's like, oh, what are you going to complain about today? What did he do now? You know, I was, oh, what did he do now? What did Kamala say now? We'll get it. The whole thing's a punchline.
Do they let Kamala speak?
Oh yeah, laugh mostly, but the whole thing's a punchline, and it's sad. That's pathetic that it's a punchline.
But you know, I saw on your main competitor's thing the other day because he asks a question every morning on his Facebook.
Yeah.
How do you feel? It was something like, how do you feel now that the world isn't laughing at us and our leader anymore? I was like, seriously, you want to see what Australia thinks?
That's exactly what they are doing.
I mean,
and I don't know why Joel does that or why he thinks that's
clicks.
Again,
he gets clicks on Facebook and he might get ad money from there. I don't know.
Does he think people are that stupid?
Yeah, I mean, he does.
If he says it, if he says that, you know, and I'll just go, proof is in the pudding. Oh. There are numerous reports of this when he was at the G7 or whatever. Here he's been on these trips. The dignitaries are literally laughing at him.
Oh,
like, literally, like
yes,
like snickering and joking about him.
And then when he was taking that nap,
course they're joking about. Look at the guy.
Yep.
It's like I joke about him daily. I mean, hey, it's, pepperoni and peanut butter. Look it up. Hey,
Right.
come on, no joke. I mean, and
Yeah.
none of them. What really bothers me as a person that I'm pretty well spoken. I think I'm pretty well read.
You are.
That they open their mouth and they don't say anything. It's all like we call it word salad. Now let me give you an example. Ask me a question as if I'm the press secretary of the White House.
Oh boy.
Jason, ask me a question about anything that you're concerned about.
All right. I would like to know about somehow how John Fetterman is sponsoring bills from his mental institute.
Well, Jason, that's a great question. The president is very concerned about this. He's got a team together. They're doing a number of scenarios, putting together and doing the hard work to see how this is going to move forward. And when it does move forward, we're going to make sure that we have an eye on all aspects of it, that we really know what's going on. And when we know what's going on and we're moving forward with that, you can, of course, be assured that the president will make a statement at that point. Any next question? Next. See what I'm saying? You have to literally listen to these people.
Oh, yeah.
Especially her. And then go back and watch tape of Dana Perino or Kayleigh McEnany.
Kayleigh McEnany was my favorite.
Sarah Huckabee Sanders. They actually answer questions. They actually, the president's doing this, A, B, C, D.
Let's circle back.
That's all it is. And they think that's okay. We're stupid enough that we won't. And maybe we are, as a population, maybe we are that stupid and I'm just missing it.
I believe that, because my favorite quote, I can't remember who said it, but it was, a person is smart, but people are stupid.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's very true. I've heard the same thing. That's very true.
And it's just ridiculous how dumb everybody can be.
And how dumb they think we are.
Yeah.
I pray that we're not. I pray that this nation is going to finally get it. This woke nonsense is what's going to kill us.
Yes.
All the other stuff is, we have a generation now that never got spanked. And I'm telling not that I'm a big advocate of child abuse, but
don't we have about 2 generations now?
Well, you're right. You're right.
Because I think I was the last one, and I'm 35 now.
Yeah.
So.
But the point being, like, if you saw this thing in Atlanta that happened over the weekend where 150 Antifa idiots showed up, and if you look at the mugshot of them, there's a mugshot of compilation of all of these people that got arrested, 31 people in Atlanta for.
It's up to 31 now?
Yeah, I think so. But
if you look at last number I saw was 23 were arrested for domestic terrorism.
Yeah, no, I saw 31 was the number I saw when I
only 2 were from Georgia.
Yeah, Canada, France,
everywhere else.
From all over the place.
Yep.
And I said on the air, when you look at a picture of all these people, I said, I guarantee you not one of those people ever got spanked. And they never had dad pull the belt from his belt loops.
They probably never had dad.
Yeah, never had dad. If they did have dad, he was their friend. He was their buddy.
Yep.
You were his kiddo, and everybody got a trophy. Yep. And nobody ever had to hear the word no. And that's what we've got. We've got a whole generation of people that will not take no for an answer. Yep. You are not going to tell me that I can't sit in the freeway and block traffic. You are not going to tell me that I can't stay here and yell at you and throw things at you, because I can, because I'm me.
This is my right. It's my truth.
You're spot on, man. And we have got an entire generation of these people, and you just go, man, you know what? Somebody just really needs to punch you in the mouth. I mean, literally, just you learn. And I hate, advocating violence, but everyone needs
throw that up there really quick then, since you said that.
Everyone needs that. I don't know whether it's literally or figuratively.
Yeah.
You need the challenges in life. You need those hurdles. You need to hear no. You're not the best. You got an 8th place trophy. Sorry, you sucked.
Right.
You shouldn't really have been playing.
Yep.
None of that's happening. So none of those coping skills are with these folks.
There you go. That's a much better way to
they
say
don't
that.
have, the ability to hear the word because they've never been told no. They started off early screaming at their parents. Then they were screaming at their teachers. Now they're screaming at the police. They're not going to be told what to do. They're certainly not going to be told that they can't protest and they can't speak their mind. But
I mean, hold on. Protesting, that's very important. People should be allowed to do that.
Absolutely. Peacefully.
Peacefully.
You bring bricks and Molotov cocktails, you might need to get punched in the mouth.
That's still peacefully, though, according to all the mainstream media. That guy with the fires in the background and has a gas mask on. Yeah. This is mostly peaceful. It's like, really?
My opinion, if you bring a brick or a Molotov cocktail to a protest, you're going to be the first one that gets punched in the mouth if I have anything to say about
it. And, that's something with, like, Rittenhouse, too.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he brought a gun, and I understand his reasoning for it. And it became evident through all the court hearings and whatnot, but why would you bring a gun?
Well, he was there to protect his friends or his uncles or whatever.
Yeah, I know, but like at the same time, he's bringing a gun. Like, I still support him 100% and everything he did.
Well, my advice to be anybody that was around him, hey, maybe you better not mess with the guy with the gun. Just leave him alone. Just let him be. But,
don't be some child molesters chasing him down to beat him up after just getting out of the mental institute.
Yeah, here comes a bunch of everybody gets a trophy guys, and how dare you bring a gun? And I don't care. And here comes Karen and her friends or whatever. I mean, the male Karens exist too, by the way.
Oh my God, I can't. I don't even know what to call them. Like Keiths, something like that. I don't know. But yeah, like Kyle though. He is part of that generation though that got the trophies. He's part of that generation.
Yep.
Which is really awesome on his parents, because they raised him right.
Right. Again, I don't think I always say we have an entire generation. We don't have an entire generation. We have a lot of people that are a part of an entire generation that everybody got a trophy. My son never got a trophy for not playing well. He never, I wouldn't let him. And where we live and where he grew up, that was never a thing. I used to coach kids, and
I can't.
This is something that I used to coach basketball. Okay. And this is something that I came up with because you'd always hear, hey, listen, okay, we don't have an emphasis on winning here. Okay. We just want everybody to play. Yeah. I'm like, fuck that.
Yeah. Okay? Every time
what are you talking about?
I'm here to fucking win. That's what I'm here for.
Right. And so are the kids, but the adults that have propagated in the last 3 decades or whatever, are saying, no, we really don't. We just want everybody to play and everybody to blah blah blah. And I would say, well, okay, well let's go to the kids and see what they think. So I would sit down with my 6th graders and we'd sit in a circle. Got that from Phil Jackson in the Bulls days. He had UND boy,
dude.
And so we'd get the circle, and I always have my players sit in a circle. And so we could all see each other. I go, guys, I got a question for you guys. This would start the season off, And for 4 or 5, say, all right, well,
shit. Cut out there.
And hard at home. Well, mine is to.
There we go.
We good? We want to get better. Okay, well, yeah, you want to get okay. Why do you want to get better? Okay, and hands go up. What's the answer everybody always gives? Well, we want to win. Oh, there it is. Yeah. You come early, you stay late, you work hard because you want to win. Well, I thought winning wasn't everything. It's how you play the game. And then I'll laugh at
shit. Losing you again here.
We're here.
Shit. Hold on. I'm losing you.
There we are.
There we go.
I think I'm losing you. But the bottom line is that kids want to win. So
Yeah, no, absolutely they do.
Yeah.
And it's it is the parents. I agree with you 100% on that.
Some of them for sure. And you're not doing and you're not doing your kid any favor by, insisting he gets a trophy for last place. That's just not going to equip him for any
And-
skills. The only thing that's going to equip him to do is be able to justify sitting in the freeway trying to block traffic at a protest. Just saying.
Yes. Yeah, no, that and the schools need to get a little better.
Yep. All right, my man. Well, my battery's
Hold
about
up.
ready to go down here.
I got one question for
All
you
right,
before
shoot.
you go.
Yeah.
Eric Kendricks released from the Vikings, good or bad?
I would say I love Eric Kendricks.
Me too. That's why I had to ask you.
In college when he was at UCLA or USC, UCLA.
Uh,
UCLA.
yeah.
Was, he's a beast. Problem is the Vikings have so many problems. They have so many issues, and the cap, the salary cap thing. I think Thielen will probably not restructure. Vibe around Detroit Lakes is he's going to take an offer wherever he can make the most money for the last part of his career. Yeah, he may go. I didn't
really.
see.
I thought
he's going to restructure.
I thought he would restructure to stay a Viking.
I've heard that he need they want them at this point in his career he got to get the money. So
yeah, I mean he's only got 1-2 years left, but
yeah. So I think Kendricks. I think Kendricks probably a good move. I think they're
okay.
The linebacker. I believe the draft is pretty deep in linebackers. And
so, what do you think about them trading Cook now? I want them to trade Cook for some draft picks.
Yeah, get what you can.
Yep.
I don't know really. It's hard to tell where the Vikings are. I don't see my little deal there behind there.
Yep.
That's a listener gave me that back in the day.
I'll have to show you a picture. I have a John Randall and
yeah,
Jared Allen signed jerseys right above.
Yeah, and I've got my right next to the door there. You can see my can opener and my bottle deal. And I got all kinds of Viking crap. But yeah, I think the Vikings are a bit of a hot mess right now. But I do trust the coach. I trust the new GM.
Me too. Absolutely.
To kind of bring it together. I don't think we're winning anything major with Cousins. I don't think that he's not a good pressure guy. He's not as mobile as we need.
Do you believe in the Trey Lance rumor?
Jay Thomas mentioned that to me, and I thought I could see that.
Garoppolo's not going anywhere.
Yeah, developmental deal, keep him in that role,
and then they're not going to get rid of Purdy because that'd be stupid.
No, and he's a hometown boy, Minnesota boy.
Right,
Trey is from Marshall, so I could see it. We'll see what happens when we finally get to camp.
Right.
That's when we'll finally know all the pieces. So
hell yeah, man. No, I had more, but I can't even think of it right now. So
let's do it again.
Oh, absolutely. We'll keep in contact, and I'll keep listening to your show.
Oh, thank you.
And I'll make sure to send you the link to this one.
Yeah, for sure. Do that. No, anytime, man. I love hanging out and just talking with friends, and it's kind of a coping mechanism sometimes too.
Yes, I told that to my wife the other day because she's like, I don't know why you do this. It's like because when I have people on it, we're just having conversations.
Yeah,
and then I get to put it out to the world, like what we want to talk about.
Yeah, for sure.
And so,
sounds like she's home.
She is actually. But yeah, it was good talking to you, man.
You bet, bro.
Hopefully we can do it again sometime.
Absolutely, for sure. And AM 1100 The Flag and AM 1100theflag.com. You can catch us every morning, 6 to 8:30. And always a pleasure, bro. For sure, let's do it again.
All right, man. Absolutely. Have a good one, man.
All right, Jace. Thanks, brother.
Thank you.
See ya.